live video, sir. You're not coming in here, Dinky. You're not coming in here, Dinky Daryl. Think anybody's here with us yet? Hey. That's your brush. This is your new brush, okay? It's supposed to be for manes and tails. Feel good? That feels so good. Morning. Hi to hello from Lester and Voodoo. And he knows that I have treats in my pocket. And he wants to smell them and eat them all. We're coming live this morning with Voodoo. It's because we got a new brush in the mail, a gift. And it's made, this is the kind of brush that's made for a mane and a tail. And we have the other kind of brushes that we have a lot of these. I don't really know the difference. I think that this one here probably feels better to them as far as an overall brushing. But I do think that you can see the bristles are very different. And so I think that this over here is made to like detangle or untangle manes and tails. Whereas this over here is just kind of a general hairbrush. So I really can't get the phone any closer because it's sitting here on my toolbox here. But I don't want Voodoo to stand on the hard concrete. So he's kind of standing on the little carpety rug. That hurt. Thank y'all for joining this morning. You want to come with me to try to untangle his hair, his tail? I'm going to turn this around, okay? What a big, long, pretty tail you have, sir. So there are quite a few tangles in this thing. Let's see if I can set you guys down. Nope. Friends, that's not going to work. So sorry. Trixie? Yeah, sorry, baby. You ain't getting no brushing this morning, Trixie. Have y'all seen how pretty Prim's tail is? I think that there's certain horse people who take a lot of pride in a horse's mane and a horse's tail. And guys, I'm not a horse person. You all know that. No matter how much I would like to be better with horses, I'm just not a horse person. It's just not in my blood. It's just not what I do. But he is a wonderful fella. Tell him you're just a wonderful fella. You are. And then look how nicely everything's healed over here. You can't even see. You can't even see the mark anymore. I mean, it was right there. Let me turn it back around. He's like, I want to be in selfie mode with Daddy. I want to be in this selfie mode with Daddy. And hi to hello. If I've not already said that, hi to hello. I did go live, not live. I did go on to my dad's live this morning and said hello. And I think I confused Dad because I remember when I said hi to everybody, I think that my dad thought that I was trying to rush him off. And I feel horrible about that. But you guys who follow my dad and go on his lives every day, just remember to let him know that I've made it a promise. I will not go live except for at 9 and noon. 9 and noon are my lives. 9 and noon. I want to show you all something that they've taught me and taught us. That you can always tell when your horse is gaining too much weight when you start seeing this little hiney crack right here. On a horse that's the right weight, you should not see that. And that's not really a hiney crack, but it makes it sense to you. So when you start seeing that right there, that lets you know that your horse is gaining a little bit too much weight. And so Jamie is very aware of that, y'all. She's very aware of that, okay? But we're not real. I don't know. I think that everybody, to each his own, everyone's different. Everyone's different, but I feel like I'd rather the horses or any animal be overweight than underweight. That's my personal opinion. And there may not be anything to that as far as that may not be what a vet would tell you, and I don't know. He loves these. These are peppermints, the soft kind. They're not made for horses, but I'll tell you what, horses do love them. I remember when we were going to A&M when he was, you know, having all of his stuff done, and it was crazy how everyone, well, you know, people were sending stuff for him, but I think that his number one and the thing that he loved the most about our visits was that we would bring peppermints. He loved him some peppermints. And it didn't matter what other treats you had. If you had a peppermint on you anywhere, he would find it. He would smell it out. He'd sniff it out, and he loved him some peppermints. And I'm giving him more now than I normally would. You did really good. So you're probably saying, Lester, what are you doing? Why are you working with Jamie's horses? Guys, I work with horses every day. I just don't video it because this is Jamie's content. This is Jamie's content a whole lot more than mine. And I'm trying to be a proponent for everyone trying to stay true to their own content. Let me put him back up right quick. Can you guys see anything? Is that sun too bright? Let me put him back where he goes. I'll be right back. Come on, sir. So I will go ahead and tell you all, and I've said this so many times before, I'm not the kind of guy that needs to be on the back of a horse. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. Let me turn my camera around. It's a beautiful day today. I will say it's pretty chilly for us. This morning, when we come out and did our chores, it was cold enough you could see your own breath. I think that they say that you can't do that unless the temperature is under 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So, hi, kitty. That's Fireball. Hi, sweetie. Hi there, Fireball. Okay. So, yeah, so the temperature this morning was cooler. It's kind of starting to warm up now. All the babies are fine. We're still perturbed by what happened a couple of nights ago. I'll tell you what, I've gotten so many messages of people saying they don't think that was an animal. Guys, I don't know how it could not be an animal. I really, for the life of me, do not think a human would have ever come over here, walked through the pastures. All of the digging right there where Carl's standing right now, all of that digging was really the only definitive sign of some kind of animal. Because listen, pigs can't dig. They don't leave. So here's the thing. People who saw a snippet of the video who did not watch long enough into it are all saying it was a human, it was a human, it was a human. But anyone that watched the entirety of the video saw all the digging. And if you think about which animals are in that pasture, you have Dinky Darrell, who can go inside there. He's not going to dig like that. Our pigs don't dig like that. And the goats don't dig. The big birds don't dig. There was trenching. There was something had been trenching from inside those two paddocks trying to get into this one over here. And so I kind of discard those comments. I just kind of scoff them off. I get it. You want to help and do your investigating and try to figure out what is what and what could possibly be. But I do not, I mean, the digging that Jamie discovered and that was in that video is the most obvious thing. There was something, and it was of the animal nature. It was not a human. A human would not have stopped, taken out a little claw rake and dug. But I don't know, man. It's just so sad. And then I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all something that is hard to say, but it's true. Whenever you lose an animal to anything, or the same way a human, if a human, you just don't want anything to suffer. And the less suffering, the better, if that makes any sense to you guys. I know it doesn't sound, there's not a nice way to say it, but it's the way that I think all of us feel. And especially as we get older and we realize that, our days are numbered, I think every one of us hope that when it's our time to go, we go fast and we don't suffer a whole lot. And I know, I really do feel like that's the same way I am with these babies here. When, you're going to lose some. You have so many, you're going to lose some here and there. You try to find ways to prevent, illnesses and predators and things, parasites, but you're going to lose some. And so you just really do hope that when you do lose one, they go fast. And so with the babies that we can't find, which, guys, we already know if they've been snatched up and carried away. And so I don't, like I say, without having, I'm taking my glasses off, without having any visual evidence of what happened, I just imagine, all I can do is imagine what happened. And I'm guessing if all the babies were out in that pasture and something came inside and they start running around, there are going to be some who are going to try to fight them off, like your Ringos and your Bradys and your larger goats, but those babies are just going to run. And it's very likely, you've all seen enough videos on the Animal Planet and everything else, that more than likely a herd of, not a herd, but a pack of animals is going to separate. They're going to separate the herd. And if that's in fact what happened, they just ended up snatching up what they needed and off they go. And then for everyone who else is saying that animals could never jump with a baby in their mouth, guys, yeah, they probably could. And then there's also doggy doors. There's a doggy door over on this side, and there's also a open gate over on that side. So I don't know. It's hard. But I will say that all the babies are fine today, and we're blessed for that. I think that the horses are jealous of me bringing Voo out of the pasture. Normally, we do all of our brushing and work inside the pasture with them. But this morning, I wanted to include him in a little bit of the intro to the live this morning. Would be kind of fun to have one of the horses. And I'm going to start doing that. We're going to start doing this every morning with a different horse and or donkey and or pony. So I think it'd be kind of fun. And then don't worry, I already asked Jamie, and she has no problem with it, y'all. Like I said, because we both make our videos and we try to stay true to our own content, the horses and donkeys have kind of always been Jamie's thing, whereas the longhorns have kind of been my thing. But that does not mean that we don't work with each other. And so, as a matter of fact, this upcoming weekend, tomorrow or Sunday, I'm not sure which day, we're hoping to get Uriel back over here. Now, guys, he's not coming for free, so don't everyone start saying what an amazing man. Uriel charges. He's become very Americanized in the fact that now he's trying to charge for his services, and he will charge you based on what service he's providing. So he's no longer working for $200 a day, which is what I was doing for a while with him, or $25 an hour. He no longer works for 25 bucks an hour. Now he works for per job. And so if we have him come out and do horses, then he's going to charge what a farrier would charge. But what we're going to do starting tomorrow is focus solely on Rita. And we're still a little bit uncertain about what's going to be the best placement for Rita. But what we have to do is no longer just put her to pasture and spend time with everybody else and not as much with her. So we're going to actually start getting her out and working with her. But Rita she's a spitfire, y'all. She's a bit of a spitfire, if you know what I mean. She's not easy. But that will start this weekend. And what I'm going to do is find out from Uriel what kind of things she needs to do on a daily. And then he'll kind of walk through that process of how he would do it if it was his. You know, if she was his horse, what would Uriel do? And then if that means getting her out like we do with the other horses and just brushing and getting, hands-on, it may start with that, and then offering treats to let them know that, hey, this is not just taking you away from your friends. We're going to take you from your friend, but it's going to reward you by a snack. And then, and of course, what I'll do after I work with Uriel a little bit, then I'll start doing those same things. But we've already put a saddle on Rita. Don't think you guys have seen those videos. We've already put saddles on Rita. We've already done a lot with her as far as some of the prepping for eventually. But I'm sure it's going to consist of a whole lot of different things. So there'll be more to come on all of that. And that'll be a really nice weekend adventure for me. And then we'll make some great videos out of that we'll share with you all. But no, we think that Rita's about 3 years old. Rita is just young and jealous. I agree. And then, people have always said this, and I don't know who said it first. It wasn't Jamie, but Jamie has said it before in her videos. But a lot of you all think that Rita may have been removed from her mom at too early an age, and she was never given a chance to really learn. I'm going to try to zoom in. Excuse me getting shaky. The horses are having a lot of fun over there. They're running around, jumping, rearing up, bucking, and kicking. So I just saw Voodoo. I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing. I just saw Voodoo kick at Bucky's, and Bucky's is running circles around Voodoo. Are y'all watching this? Can y'all see down there? I know, it's hard because they're in the shadows of those bigger trees. You can see Voodoo in the middle of your screen, standing there. Everyone, here they all coming in. They're so jealous of him, y'all. I think they're jealous because he got pulled out. He got pulled out of the barn, pulled out of the pasture, and got brushed and loved on, and they can probably smell the peppermint on his breath. That's what it is. They can smell that. They smell peppermint on his breath, and they are so darn jealous. Anyway, we're going to start doing that more often, and I think a really good time to do it will be when I go live with you all. That'll make the videos a little more entertaining for you all to be able to kind of see some of the horses being worked with. It'll also let our horses stop being so buddy sour. If you know what that means, there'll be horse people can explain it better than I can. But buddy sour is an expression I think horse people use whenever your horses get used to doing things together, and then when they get separated, and all of a sudden they get sour, they get, kind of pissy, if the better word, and they want to get back with their buddies. And so I think that you can, I don't know this for a fact, but I think that maybe you can break that if you would get them separated more often. All right, hold on. I'm putting my glasses on. I see a long comment. Let me see what that says. Y'all give me 1 second. Lester, you don't bash other workers you hire for jobs and pay them. Why do you keep asking him for his skills and bash him for charging his skills? Use someone else if you don't like him anymore. So A.M. Hutch, lady, where have you been? Or have I not made it very clear? I have nothing against Uriel except for the fact that he overcharges. So for A.M. Hutch, who's saying that, I don't know why you would say that I don't like him anymore. So I will tell you real simple, ma'am, and I'll say this for everyone else who's watching and who may feel the same way you feel. I feel like, how do I say this the right way? I'm not going to make this live about this, but if I have to clarify this for A.M. Hutch and for anybody else, when I hire an electrician, for example, or if you hire an electrician, said company or said electrician will show up with his work truck. Said electrician will bring all of the tools. He knows all of the different skills, and he will charge you based on the fact that he's coming to you, he's bringing all of the tools and the knowledge and whatnot. Yes? Same thing for a plumber. Same thing for a carpenter. And so Mr. Uriel, who I do love as a human, who's a good dad and a wonderful worker, he started off helping us on the days he was able to for $25 an hour. Guys, $25 an hour is probably more than most people make who are skilled. And so to me, you take someone who's here illegally and you give that person $25 an hour to do jobs. And at some point, Uriel met somebody who told him, hey, you're being taken advantage of. And that person says, you don't let them pay you per hour. You pay per job. But the problem is Uriel has no tools. He has nothing to work with. So he's using my lawnmower or using my chainsaw or using my weed eater or, using all of our tools for the horse work, our leads, our farrier tools. We bought all that stuff. So friends, I'm so sorry if you disagree. And if you're part of the community who thinks that $25 an hour is chump change, well, you're a lot richer blood than what I am. And so my only problem was the day that Uriel came to me as a man and says, hey, I no longer work by the hour. Instead, I work by the job. And he said if he's going to be doing carpentry work, he wants carpenter pay. If he's doing mechanical work, changing oil or changing lawnmower blades, he wants mechanic pay. And that's when I said, okay, I understand, Uriel. And that's when I began to look for other help who would work for what I was able to afford. So I'm so sorry, ma'am. But if you don't get it, then you probably don't get me, and that's fine. Well, let's see what's going on over here. Anywho, that is and so there was never an issue with Uriel as an employee. The issue was Uriel trying to charge more than I thought I should have to pay. But there are, even in saying so, there are still jobs that I need help with. Do y'all hear these horses? They are going crazy. I'm trying to zoom in again. When I zoom in, though, it gets very shaky, y'all. And I'm so sorry. I have morning shakes. Y'all know that. I do have stuff I can take for that, but I just don't because I don't like to. It makes me feel weird. But oh, I like this. Your money, your choice. Thank you. And so, like I said, we have hired Uriel plenty of times, but I just have to pay a whole lot more than what I used to. Because in the old days, the old Uriel would have shown up and been more than happy to take his $200 and do his thing. But the new Uriel doesn't. And that's fine. I have nothing against Uriel as the man, as the father, as the husband. Nothing at all as a worker. But it is what it is. I would not address anything business related. Oh, guys, do you not know me? I'm an open book. I will address anything at any time, and I have very little filter. I have very little filter. Well, listen, I feel like this has all turned into a whole bash Lester or bash immigrants or bash somebody. And that's not at all what we wanted to do here. Man, you thought you would start off talking about what you're going to do with your horses and letting you all know that I'm going to hire Uriel to come out this weekend and help me. And that would be a positive thing. And if the devil has not gotten into you all, not you all, but some of y'all. Yep, the devil made y'all do it. The devil made you do it. But hey, it is what it is. Thank you all for watching and for helping as we work with the horses. And I will say again, I do feel like what I've done was a kind of a bad thing because I'm watching right now all the horses being very mean to each other. If I'm going to try to zoom in again. Sorry about the shakes, but you might can see what I'm watching here. There's Prim, center screen, and they are all running around and being mean to each other. And so I don't know, I don't think they normally do that, except today I pulled Voodoo out. And I think that that is what set everybody off. I don't know. So, all right, friends, well, y'all have a wonderful day. For those who want to come back, we'll see you at noon on our Lunch with Longhorn Lester. And for those who don't, well, y'all have a fun Friday and a wonderful weekend. And thank you all for watching.